What's good, people? This is the Rap Roundtable. Your boy Jarvis, the City Rap Snob, Dini the Balance, the homie Mace. We just want to make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, help us get our numbers up. We're trying to get 2,000 subs, 5,000. Y'all know how this go. If y'all think we're good and y'all love the content, some of y'all always say, yo, how come y'all don't have more views? It's because y'all don't sub. So make sure y'all do that and tap in with us. Peace.
The Rap Roundtable.
If Bus wasn't like that when Jay was at his peak, what makes him like that 20 years later? And this is not a shot at Bus.
It's not.
Bus had
Bus
records,
is a legend.
But they're like, do we negate that when Jay and Nas and all these other guys was running around, moving units, considered fighting for the throne? Bus was never in any of those conversations.
Yeah, right.
So how does he get boosted up after the fact? Go ahead, Sin. I see you cooking.
You know what it is? Is that people are gonna look at it in terms of like now that, because shout out to Jadakiss once again. He reset the rule.
Kiss was rated higher than Busta in his prime. He was.
Don't
do that, Sin.
He was.
Solo
Top 5
Kiss.
Dead or Alive.
Jada was right under Jay and Nas in his prime.
In terms of what? In terms of like just like bars MCing?
Overall, he was rated higher in New York, son.
Rated, yeah, I can see that.
Classic records.
I can see that.
For y'all emotional people, this is not Busta Rhymes slander.
But I think what it is that a lot of people don't. This conversation has been happening for a while. Mm-hmm. People don't think that Busta has ever gotten the credit and the respect that he deserves.
Fair.
So they're trying to like give him his flowers now. Mm-hmm. So they might be boosting up his presence. Not to say he didn't have presence, but he wasn't in that conversation.
But my question is why wasn't he boosted up then? There's a reason for that, bro.
No, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I respect that.
Dina, you got anything to add to that before we move on?
It's
you were there. We were all there.
He was more of like a.
I ain't animated like say a Busta.
I don't want to call him
esque.
He was an intercontinental champ.
There you go.
Mid card forever.
I don't want to call him like a caricature, but like it was the animation and the crazy antics, the crazy outfits, the videos. You know what I mean?
He's a commercial rapper.
Yeah. Nah, I don't want.
But Busta actually had the talent to be up. You know what it was?
Bus always been nice.
It's not even like he didn't have the streets too, because Busta had the streets too. It just Hov and Nas were just.
I don't think but that's the thing. I don't think Busta had the streets. Busta was more of a.
He was a club rapper.
He was hot in the club. He went from like the Native Tongues era, fucking with De La Soul and Tribe Called Quest, and LONS. They were from Long Island. They were kind of nerdy rap. It wasn't until the 90s that he, kind of like broke away from that and then came into his own persona. But by that time, I think people already remembered him from having that lineage behind him. And it was kind of like a separate scene. It wasn't the same scene as like Nas and Hov and Big and Wu-Tang that's
from
in the
streets. Yeah.
You know what I mean? People always felt that Long Island, kind of suburban energy from him.
Interesting.
So I think that's what it is.
And even in some of his singles, they it wasn't like you could have a Put Your Hands Up, right? Or you could have a Woo-Ha. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the vibes of those records are completely different.
And he was to jump in. Busta's from the era where actually you can make a party record and still really rapped. You remember like I would love for the era to come back to like when people rapped for the sake of just rapping.
Right.
But that's why it's hard. That's why, like you said, people's respect for Busta is what's making us throw him higher up into the realm like that.
His prime, we gotta talk about his prime. We was all there, bro. He wasn't. There was a reason he cut his dreads off and went to Aftermath and wanted to be taken more seriously.
That's when he started.
Come on,
he wasn't in the top 5.
And he started becoming more street oriented at that point.
Moment.
Flip Mo and heavy.
But just to go back to your point that you just made, Dini. I think there's a segment of listeners out there that don't really like rapping for the sake of rapping. And I think that's another one of those things where it's like, that segment of the audience may not look at a Busta Rhymes in that light because they feel like he was just rapping just to rap. You know what I mean? For the sake of it, for the love of it, for the the energy of it. But he wasn't necessarily giving you jewels in his bars, like Nas, like Hove, like certain members of Wu-Tang, like
just sounded good music.
That's why, like, I find it funny that people act like we're bashing Bust by we not putting him up there. Like we saw his whole prime, we saw his whole career.
I was telling Mace this outside. We was chopping it up. We live in a world today where any real respect is dick riding, and if you don't just jump over to Frank, now you hating. You get what I'm saying? Like
jump over to Frank.
Like you're just the measure. And there's really only two sides of the street now. There's no, you can't just respect what the person does and just.
Bro, you either bias, a dick rider, or a hater.
Right.
Like you can't have no true critiques, and just to know, without true critiques, things gonna forever lack. Because you can never tell it how you never help it get better. You know what I'm saying?
That's bars right there, man.
That's crazy, man.
Shout out to Bus. Yo, shout out to Bus. Let's be clear, but it's just like I'm just sick of the internet pretending like things didn't happen the way we remember them happening. There was a reason why Jay was number one. There was a reason why people were waiting on Nas to smoke Jay. There's a reason why we never put Bus in them conversations back in the early 2000s, late 90s. You know what I mean? Even Fab at a certain point was higher on the totem pole. Kids is higher on the totem pole. Ghostface is on the higher on the totem pole. Cam. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah, and these versus conversations can't be boiled down to just hits.
Right.
It gotta be like, it gotta be A-likes.
Like you gonna play Break Your Neck after PSA come on? Like come on, bro.
A lot of people talk about Break Your Neck. Why is that song coming up now? Like as a
like I told us
as an example of Busta Rhymes' catalog, like we wasn't fucking with Break Your Neck when that came out.
But apparently in 2021 you was fucking with it and it was fire and it was shutting the club down.
They just look at
like I told the dude, I said to him, Bust versus Jay would mirror Ja versus Fat Joe. Fat Joe might have been around longer, but if we talking about heights, so much more is not beating I'm Real. Even if it was hotter in the streets, I'm Real was transcendent. Like Bust got 20, he does have 20.
Definitely.
But his 20's not touching Jay's 20.
It's just not enough.
Because it's like heights. Levels matter, no?
Right. But I say Busta's a better matchup for a Jada or even a Wayne. You know what I mean? Like I feel like those are better matchups. Busta and Jay would be even bigger slaughtered than
Busta and Luda would have been
Fat Joe and Ja to me.